If you're starting a nonprofit and plan to apply for 501c3 tax exempt status, there's one foundational document you absolutely must have in place: your bylaws. In this video, I'm breaking down why nonprofit bylaws are so important, how they affect your IRS application, and the serious mistakes that could delay or derail your 501c3 approval. First, what are bylaws? Think of your bylaws as the rule book for how your nonprofit is governed. They will cover how your board of directors operates, the roles and responsibilities of officers, how meetings are scheduled, and how votes are taken. What happens when board members leave or new ones are added? And how your organization stays accountable to the public and the IRS. These aren't just internal documents, they're legal, enforceable, and required if you want your nonprofit to run smoothly and be approved for tax exemption. Now, I want to let you know that when I say they're legal, that means if something breaks off with your nonprofit, they will hold up in the court of law. So it is very important that they are IRS compliant when you structure them. So if you're just getting started and need a solid IRS compliant bylaws template, I've got you covered. Just click the link below to grab my fully editable bylaws in Google Docs format. It's the exact version I use for my clients. Now, I want to point this out also. When you click that link below, be sure to customize it to the needs of your nonprofit. Now, what does adopted bylaws mean? You might hear the term adopted bylaws and wonder what it really means. Simply put, your bylaws aren't official until your board of directors reviews, discusses, and formally approves them during a meeting. This date of adoption is the date your board says, "We agree, these are the rules we'll operate by." That date is important because it shows the IRS that you're not just a name on paper, but you're a functioning organization with real governance in place. In your Form 1023, the IRS will want to see a copy of your adopted bylaws. So make sure your meeting minutes reflect that your board actually approved them. And I want you to be sure to stay all the way through to the end of this video because it is vitally important that you understand what the IRS is looking for when you structure your bylaws. Now, you may ask, why does the IRS care about bylaws? Well, let me tell you, the IRS doesn't just care that you have bylaws, they care what's in them. I will let you know that they will read your bylaws word for word, page by page. So when you apply for 501c3 status using Form 1023, your bylaws tell the IRS a lot about how you'll operate. Do you have a functioning board or is just one person in control? Now, to have a functioning board, the IRS requires three. That would be executive director, treasurer, and secretary. Or it could be president, treasurer, and secretary. But you must have those three in place. They want to know, are you structured for transparency or do things seem vague or unaccountable? Do your bylaws prohibit private benefit? And make it clear that your assets go to another 501c3 if you dissolve. These things matter a lot. Again, that's why I created my IRS compliant bylaws template, which includes all of this essential language. Again, you can grab it below in Google Docs format and tailor it to your organization in minutes. And again, be sure to tailor it to your organization. Now, what happens if your bylaws are incomplete or missing? If you submit your Form 1023 without bylaws or with bylaws that are incomplete or unclear, you're taking a big risk. The IRS may delay your application with a request for more information. They may question whether your organization meets the governance test, or in some cases, the IRS may deny your exemption request entirely. I've helped many organizations who have come to me with cookie cutter bylaws that they've purchased online. I've helped them fix those particular issues because, again, bylaws are not cookie cutter. They must be IRS compliant. And that's why I created my editable Google Docs bylaws to help founders like you submit strong, clear, and IRS compliant bylaws. Let's talk about common mistakes to avoid, right? So I want to go over a few common mistakes that people make when it comes to bylaws. Copying another nonprofit's bylaws without customizing them. Now, you don't want to go online and Google search and, okay, this nonprofit sounds just like me, and I just copy exactly their bylaws. And then, I mean, if you're going to do that, I don't recommend you do that because their bylaws are for their nonprofit. You need to customize them at the very least if you're going to research and just kind of get some ideas of how you want your bylaws to or what you want them to say, definitely at least customize them at the very least because hey, let's face it, it's plagiarizing, which is illegal when you copy. Now, keep in mind you are getting the Google Docs template that I produce below, but again, I want to drive home that you need to customize them to your nonprofit's needs, all right? Another common mistake is leaving out required clauses like dissolution or how conflicts will be handled. Um, Having only one board member, which most states and the IRS, they just don't allow. Using outdated or vague language that confuses rather than clarifies. Don't make those mistakes, all right? So I keep driving home my template because I want to save you time and energy, and I don't want you to reinvent the wheel. That's why my template, it takes the guesswork out and includes all the critical elements that the IRS looks for. So you're not left wondering what's missing. But I will reiterate, customize it to the needs of your nonprofit. Do not skim over it. Do not just kind of read it. Read that template word for word, and you will want to customize anything that you feel needs to be customized to cater it to the needs of your nonprofit. Now, here's the big takeaway. Your bylaws, they're more than a formality. They are a blueprint for how your nonprofit operates, and they play a major role in your 501c3 approval. The IRS, as I said earlier, will absolutely read them. So make sure they're clean, clear, and compliant. Don't wait until they send you a request for more information to find out your bylaws weren't up to par. So I thank you so much for staying with me throughout the end. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in the next video.